Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. Things are going pretty well, actually, I think. Eastern Sylvania is having some problems right now, but frankly, I thought for sure we were screwed when the dwarves showed up in the numbers that they showed up in. And things have gone pretty well on that front, actually. So it looks like we didn't have our battle was not large enough to create a special raised dead marker here. Just trying to figure out what the best thing to do before chasing these guys is going to be. So they're too far apart to reinforce each other. This guy has basically no units left. I think we can move Vlad to the edge of his zone of control. Like here. Do this and he'll retreat. And then I want to make it so that Vlad still has enough movement left to threaten the larger army. Okay. So decisive victory. We drive those dudes back. That's not even a bad amount of money, actually. All right, Kun Oathforged is slain. And Abarash von Karstein can shoot fireballs now, because what vampire doesn't want to be able to shoot fireballs, right? Alright, and now these guys could go into march mode if they need to allow us to chase these guys down with Vlad. Oh, Vlad was in march mode, actually. Well, darn. Shoot, that means we're not going to be able to kill these guys. They'll retreat, and then we don't have the movement to chase them. But we can move around to the front of them, make this a little bit more difficult for them to escape from. At this point, I wouldn't trust this army to be able to beat these guys, but let's bolster their numbers just to be on the safe side. So you only have 10 units now. He's actually in a different... Oh no, he's not in a different region, he's just barely in...
I am going.
There we go. Move him to Western Sylvania. Pull some more units from the pool. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't assume that these guys will be able to beat either of our armies. Should I throw the vampires into... I'm going to throw these vampires into Abarash's army.
By all means.
This better be important.
Right, this doesn't make any sense for me to try to demoralize their army or anything. Yeah, it'll just merge into the armies.
I assent.
And then next turn we'll rebuild Eshin and stuff after we've killed these. We should be able to wrangle peace out of him, I would hope, after this embarrassing failure. Yeah, pick up the hunger. Get health back. The vampires are like incredibly good melee combatants. I'm very pleased with them so far. What was I doing? I was leveling... That's right. I was leveling this up so that we could get Lightning Strike, because Lightning Strike is awesome. Alright, well. I think the Karak Kudrin front is basically dealt with. Actually, let's see if he'd be...
The end times come and here is proof.
He'd be excited
to
to give us peace here. How excited? He didn't even counteroffer me. Okay. That's fine. We'll kill his second army and see how he feels then. So she... What was she doing? This is the problem with playing these games over a long period of time, is I do not remember what I was doing. And we can pick up more points of... we can pick up damage building. Make damage building more effective. But honestly, I don't think that it's something that I'm going to end up using all that often. Well, lowering her wound recovery time is probably worthwhile. No matter what role we press her into. So we have to defeat a couple of Empire armies. Right? Yeah. Isabel von Karstein must defeat 2 armies or garrisons belonging to the Empire. And we still haven't managed a proper assassination yet. So do these battle markers stick around? Okay. So if we draw from the pool, does it decrease this value? I don't know. So we want battles that have a large number of casualties. We kind of want to chase Karl Franz around.
Race, your man gods and dubious masters have no place here.
Sorry, my man gods? Does he think that we're Karl Franz? What? All right, well, I guess we're not going to be buddies with these guys. We don't have to be. This is weird. What is this? This is holdable by us, isn't it? This used to be a human settlement. Ooh, Melna's a strategic location. But only for the Empire. Well, we could ride across and take this and start claiming this this region. I wonder what happened that... Oh, Beastmen happened. Maybe we don't worry about that right now. Let's let other people deal with Beastmen. Okay, so there's a bridge over the river up there. We should probably get on the road. We'll be able to move a lot more effectively on the road. Now, where the hell is my... Here he is. Alright, why don't you see if you can murder this guy? Our chances are getting a lot better. Ah, failure. It's okay, we'll try again next turn. We're certainly not hurting too much for money. Alright, we kind of had to bail on Bekoffen. I think we should probably upgrade it, though. Try to get the garrison as large and terrifying as possible. That'd be 4,000 of our money. I guess we also want to do some recruitment. He can't local recruit from the region that he's in if the part of it that we're in, or the province that we're in, if the region that we're in is not currently controlled by us. We can add... Oh no, Vlad's in march mode. We can't add any units to his army either. And Isabella has a full army, doesn't particularly need more units. So what are we spending our money on? I mean, Wertbad could use upgrades, although it does naturally have walls. Upgrading the Moot will help us keep it in one piece. Mostly I'm trying to figure out what we have to do to keep our stuff from getting taken over and burned down by, like, beastmen and random orcs that show up. I guess we should... Let's focus on Bekoffen, because Kislev is definitely a real threat. We can get more pottery. Maybe not totally necessary at this moment. What will this cost? 9,000... I don't know why it takes so much dark magic to build stone buildings. Seems a little strange. Alright, do we have anybody who hasn't been moved yet? On the whole, I think this game is going pretty well. Although, we're not really getting anywhere on the number of provinces owned thing. Keep in mind, though, our objective to own provinces is not that we have to control them. We can have our allies controlling them. I will... Do I want to turn this down for the purpose of attacking his terrible army? He holds grudges. He's reliable. Because we might be able to wring more money out of him. That's what I'm thinking. If we can kill that army, first of all, we'll get the money for killing that army. And secondly, we might be able to get a larger offer. I'm going to decline. Let's see what he does. He's encamping. He's just going to try to stand and fight. Well, that's a very dwarfy way to go about things. Volkmar the Grim is trying to lay an ambush right here. He's doing a bad job. And Grunberg has a small garrison. We could move on them. It looks like they're pretty busy down here. Skarsnik, with a huge stack of goblins and a beastman army, are at their doors. What is a Cygor? Specialist artillery. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Missile damage. So he's like a siege unit? Yeah. Huh. Well, we'll have plenty of time for fighting monsters ourselves, I'm sure. If I cut to normal movement, do I have enough? Yeah, we could probably just go take Grunberg. We're not actually at war with either of these factions right now. we could cooperate with them to kill the Empire. How many settlements do I know the Empire player
I will
has?
hear your petition, but make no...
He's strength rank 18. He has 4 settlements. We can see 3 of them right now. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take Grunberg. Ooh. Back up. I didn't notice Karl Franz's army right there. And he was in range, right? Yeah. You can see when we mouse over Grunberg, the little red arrow comes from him. Well, what is this? Interesting. Some kind of huge battle happened here. Well, we could fast march to get out of range, maybe? Probably not. The thing is, I don't really want to get attacked by both of these stacks. But maybe they won't be. Interested in doing that. They kind of have other things happening. Still, let's try to get out of vision, maybe. This is Wissenland.
Time with petty talk. Make your offer and be done.
Non-agreement or non? You know what? You don't like Ostermark. I don't like you. I was figuring because they're weak right now, we might be able to wrestle some things out of them. I get if we went to war with the Crooked Moon for them, they would probably be excited to hook up with us. But I don't think that that's in my best interest. All right, let's try again with the murdering. Wait, this is oh yeah, this is an army. Where'd that big army go? They just marched off, and I don't know where they went. Alright, let's try to assassinate this lord. Aha! We did it. Mankind has finally been shaken into acting. They are mustering forces and prepare to face the undead legions of Vlad's design. A puppet should be dispatched to seek out where this army of mortal dupes gathers, so we need to raid Talabheim. Well, I don't love that. That's okay. Ostermark loves us. We'll be able to survive a very minor diplomatic hit with them. Okay, so we need to wait for construction to finish there. Let's get this over with.
It is night. Bring their life force. Strike out. Wipe them out.
Okay. That's enough of that. Oldest Gundrickson. So we've finally driven the dwarves back to the mountains. The question now, I guess, is whether we want to pursue them, because we could.
Bow before me.
Doesn't look like any of our options are particularly fascinating after the battle there.
Devourer of light.
All right, let's go rebuild Eschen.
Very well. It is done.
Populate it entirely with zombies.
You bend to my will.
All right. So we gotta rebuild that. Waldenhof has a real garrison. 13 units. That's not bad. I guess we do need to buff up the recruitment buildings so that we have access to all of our units everywhere. Especially with no global recruitment pool, it's going to be a lot more important for us to manage where our recruitment buildings are. Alright, I think we can move into the second tier of magic with her. I'm very curious to see the Purple Sun Osiris. It just has a really exciting name.
My bloodline calls.
It's entirely possible that I'm just going to be really disappointed when we figure out what it does. Zombie Dragon, really? Wow, we got to get this guy to level 25. I want a Zombie Dragon. We should probably have movement range on all of our armies for now. Okay, so what do I think is going to happen here? The question is, do I need to leave a real army in place, or can I hit a peace treaty off of these guys now?
Approach a lord of the Dowie in such a manner.
Okay, I like the non-aggression pact. Interesting. Let's Let's see how high I can make this number. It looks like we're only allowed to ask for 3,000. Likelihood of success high. Alright, there we go. That's what I was looking for. And now that we have treaties with them, hopefully that military actions thing will deteriorate over time, but the treaties will not. Because we can't control mountain provinces anyway. I don't want to have to worry about that place. Alright, so public order should be totally fine. Our income here is actually pretty high, to the point where I think plus 5% tax rate is maybe worthwhile. I guess there's no really compelling reason not to upgrade this. It's 2,000 dark magic maybe could be spent better, I suppose. We could try to put up a balefire hearth to corrupt the surrounding areas. Although I guess the surrounding provinces are dwarf lands that we can't hold under any circumstance, and Essen, which is already corrupted, so it's actually probably not worthwhile. We could put up a tech building. That doesn't seem great, though. Yeah, I guess economic structures really make the most sense. Well, let's buff up our income. You guys then need to move toward the Empire front. What's better? Do I want to get them? Let's get them on the northern road. They can back up Isabella this way. Alright, let's see what the Empire armies plan to do here, because they could chase us. Nope, it looks like he's just fortifying Grunberg. He's gonna leave Nuln to its own devices. Oh, nice. We found a cat for some reason. Wolfgang has successfully assaulted Isabella von Karstein's army. Oh yeah, he damaged our Vargeists. And Volkmar is still in ambush mode, still just sitting there. Okay, we don't particularly need public order. I think our public order is pretty under control. We've got a lot of corruption everywhere. The growth would be good, and I like not spending 1,000 money. Alright. So this is one of our magic vampires. We have the Purple Sun Viserius on her already. We have the Hunger and Mounts available, and I think we really ought to start picking that stuff up. So, attacking the Empire is going to be tricky.
I will not.
Okay, Karl Franz is garrisoning Grunberg. I kind of want to see how this situation evolves with Nulns, but we have to defeat some Empire armies to get our faction quest moving. Or to get our quest for our legendary items moving. What was the other one? I've already forgotten. Oh yeah, raid Talabheim. Well, we have a couple of spare armies that we could press toward that now. So while you're here, Vlad... No, I guess let's move him to this region. And do a little bit of recruiting. Let's get some better units. Ooh. So what exactly is a Terrorgeist? We're definitely recruiting it. And then I guess we'll get like some monstery units? I've really, like, our experience with Crypt Ghouls has been fantastic. His army should definitely have Crypt Ghouls in it. Let's just pull a couple armies of Crypt Ghouls for this turn. I don't know what a Terrorgeist is, but I'm very excited to have one. There's no particular reason for me to do anything other than just run along this road. And Diedrich, what do you want to do? His list of army actions is not incredible. He could assault the garrison at Hergig. Like, we don't have an army to spare to go up to Hergig right now. I guess Vlad's army is going to end up running through Talabheim anyway to do the raiding, so... Yeah, but attacking people now isn't going to do anything. Maybe I'm just going to move this White King back and put him in Vlad's army for a while. Alright, and you... What is a useful thing you could do? We definitely want to get our Vargeist back. I don't think I want to leave friendly territory. But what is the most useful thing that we could be doing here? I assume our local recruitment pool has no buildings in it. So we can't like transfer some units over to this army and then recruit. Honestly, she kind of just doesn't have anything to do this turn, as sad as that is. Let's have a quick look at our objectives. We have to control 20 entire provinces. We're currently a fifth of the way there. We need to work our way toward Mussolin, which we're doing. We need to destroy these factions, which is going to require us to be on the west side of the map. So we're working on all this stuff. Basically, the plan is going to be we carve through Reichland here. Look at this, I'm learning enough about the world that I'm starting to know the names of things. So we carve our way through Reichland. We have to take a pass through the mountains or go around the... it's not super clear. But yeah, there's a river here that could take us up to the northernmost Bretonnian settlement is up here somewhere, and we can fight from that direction. It'll help once we get over here, because there's a lot of regions. There's a lot of provinces over here that shouldn't be too bad to control. So our plan is really just to pressure the Empire, but I don't know what the best way to do it is. Also, we can actually see Isabella's mount a little bit now. Oh, it's got tattered wings.
This would break
it's a spooky
my
mount.
vows.
So we should kill this guy, right?
Isabella,
Oh, we don't have the money to pay here to kill him.
descendant of Bethune.
Yeah, I guess we're just waiting. Well, there's no reason to wait in the in any stance other than ambush, I suppose. Switching into ambush mode completely removes your movement. I guess this isn't really that great because there's a hero right here, and he knows where we are.
We have much to discuss, and thou art
Right, what's up, Marius? A military alliance. I do not love military alliances with unstable AI. Especially unstable AI that are surrounded by potential enemies. I do not trust them not to just go nuts. Okay. Nothing new here. Volkmar is still in ambush mode. He's still really bad at ambushing people. Alright, now that we have, though, a little bit of a backup army, he may as well pull some of this stuff from the dead pool. So this says 571. Okay, no, we don't actually deplete the corpse pool, so to speak. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, oh, I was recruiting for Vlad's army. So let's grab... We could grab a Vargulf. It'll finish the same turn as the Terrorgeist? Yeah, what the hell. Let's get some big, really scary units. And then his army is at 17. It'll be at 18 with another thing that I recruit this turn. He doesn't have any particular... Yeah, and no bonuses for any particular units or anything. So he should just have units that are... He should have a treasure. I should go through these every once in a while and make sure that everybody has things. Like, he should get a potion of strength. That seems like a no-brainer. What does it do? Yeah, sure, that seems good. So I guess let's just get another unit. Like, the crypt ghouls seem really good relative to skeletons and zombies. I guess that's why they cost more than 3 times as much as a unit of zombies. But I've been very pleased with their performance so far. So Vlad's army is pretty bad. Kadrin has declared war on the dwarf faction. That's... I guess they're just really spoiling for a fight. They figured out they couldn't take us, but that doesn't mean they're not going to kill. Okay, the army is bailing out of Grunberg. That's interesting. Maybe a little suspicious. Balthazar Gelt is over here. And we're having negative growth in Schwarzhofen. That's fine. We'll be fine. Alright. It looks like corruption actually, or public order actually got pretty bad here. I was not paying attention. We had it in the public order stance, though. So they moved some guys out. I'm not sure why. Can't see the tooltip on the marker. 639 is the number of casualties. The number we had over here was pretty similar, right? 571. So, okay, we can maybe expect even better troops. Oh, you notice though, there's no longer bats available in the pool. There were bats. So yeah, I think you do deplete it in some way.
You need me?
Still learning all the mechanics. Let's move.
What do you want?
Let's move Isabella forward a little bit and see what we can see.
I cannot.
Okay, so Balthazar Gelt
Is dismissed.
does not have a very impressive army. We could probably hit Grunberg, though. It looks like Karl Franz ran off. The question is whether we could hold Grunberg afterward. I kind of wish that I had done this differently. I wish Vlad was over here with Isabella because of the way they reinforce each other. Abarash should be the guy who's doing other stuff in the north.
All shall know.
Well, Vlad will get on that. Okay, we should get a little bit more stuff in our army. I kind of want Vargeists, but I also kind of don't want to sit back here recruiting anymore. I think it's good to have some flying units. I think I'd like the last 2 slots here to be Vargeists, and it's just unfortunate that that means we're going to be sitting for a couple more turns. Alright, so what is our income from trade? 545. I'm going to upgrade one of these buildings, and then we'll see what it is after that. Because I actually don't know what effect increasing the number of timber resource that we have available is going to have economically. Alright, so the question is, do we go for Grunberg? I think the answer is yeah, let's do it. We won't have to fight everybody's army, right? Volkmar is too far to reinforce Grunberg. And there's no particular reason for this guy to be in run mode.
Night march.
Alright, we'll bring comically overwhelming forces. Wait, why does she have to...
Moving.
Hold on, is this bridge not available to me? There's a bridge right here, right? I don't understand. He could move right through. Okay, I guess we'll move her to the edge here, and then... But I can't... She doesn't seem to want to get close enough for her, I guess he's standing in the way? Karl Franz is right there. He's just very sneaky. Well, that definitely complicates things. What has he got? He's got Reichsguard. These are shock cavalry. I don't think we've had to fight a lot of cavalry yet. We've been fighting dwarves and stuff. Dwarves and vampires don't have a lot of cavalry. Dwarves don't have any, and we haven't fought... The other vampire forces we fought didn't have Black Knights or anything. So yeah, that complicates things somewhat if we have to fight Karl Franz's army at the same time. We could go for it with Isabella here. So we discovered Karl Franz's ambush without actually triggering it. That's good. Let's,
Fight.
Boy, this area is super weird. So I guess there's like a point at the edge of the bridge that can be occupied by our... like, because now she could run through. He's in range now. I can't go back to normal movement. I can't go back to the normal movement mode after switching to March, even though I didn't go anywhere after switching. That's strange.
Not likely.
Well, he's close enough that we could now have him, reinforced, so we can try to take this garrison with 35 units.
I will not obey.
He'd be able to defend it with 22 plus... Okay, he'd be able to defend it with a lot fewer, but none of his units are zombies. You know, that counts for something. Still, our force is pretty elite. Now that we've actually figured out how to get Isabella through the breach here, I think we can do this. Should I do it manually? We've overcome some pretty bad odds manually. Plus, we do have Purple Sun Osiris available in this army, don't we? And I've never used it. Yeah, yeah, let's do this. The Great Battle for Grunberg. On the plus side, Grunberg already has a historical corpse pile, and this battle's casualties should be pretty significant between the two sides. I think our units count. I guess... Do they? Because we had a huge battle with vampires in Eastern Sylvania, and Eastern Sylvania doesn't have a marker. The only places we've seen markers are places where we've killed a lot of humans. Yeah, maybe our units don't count. In any case, there's a lot of Empire dudes here, and I plan for a lot of them to die, so I think we should be able to... I don't know how it works though with it being two separate battles. Do the two battle sites combine to be, do they combine their number of casualties? Because you do summon raise dead from the region as a whole, not from the province as a whole, not from a particular settlement's region. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. I'm pretty excited about our Purple Sun, though. I'm very, very eager to see this in action. Also, I don't think we've gotten to see our Regiment of Renowned Vargeis up close and personal yet, and a lot of the Regiments of Renown seem to have unique appearances, so I'm curious what that'll be like. We still have our cavalry. I haven't manually controlled Isabella's army in a battle in what feels like a very long time, so I kind of forgot that we even had Black Knights. So they have artillery. Not in this army, but in the reinforcement armies. Our reinforcement army is going to come in from behind. I think probably it's not worth waiting on them, though. I guess they have reinforcements coming in through a lot of forest. That's potentially dangerous. Do we want to set up so that it's... I mean, I guess our troops are not ranged. We have no artillery. It's for the best for all the fighting to happen inside a forested area so that units have abbreviated sightlines, right? Like we want them to stumble upon our units in the forest. So that being the case, do we want to relocate like into these trees? There's no place where the trees go all the way across, is there? There's up here. Huh. And I don't really know how the rules work either for trees and sightlines and stuff. I think we're not going to gamble for more magic. I'm pretty happy with the amount of magic we have here. By the time we're actually casting, we'll probably be at full power.
Queen of Darkness.
How do we do this? I'm a little bummed that the reinforcements are coming in so close together. That means that we'll probably end up having to fight both of these groups as a single army. But I'm confident. I think let's line up over here in the tree area, so we can see which units are hidden. Right? There's a little indicator that goes on above the head. You guys, please actually get in the trees. Can flying units can't hide. Can Isabella not hide as well? She's not getting the stealth indicator. Okay. You know what the problem is? It's this huge glowy shaft of light above her head. You're going to see that a mile away. My thinking is we want to try to keep it in the forest until we're actually engaged, so as to take advantage of the fact that none of our troops are ranged, and a lot of theirs are. And I guess the best thing to do would be to try to eliminate them before their reinforcements get here. We can try to fight only 2 armies at a time instead of 3. These guys are still coming in. I guess we're going to get more and more reinforcements over the course of the... Yeah, here we go. These guys are going to advance through the open, I suppose. So this army's just spears and a crappy garrison leader in charge of some swords. We do have to be careful with our knights. Oh, I didn't back up nearly far enough. These guys are way out. Let's do some sprinting here. The flying units at least should be able to catch up pretty quickly.
Isabella von Carstein.
Ah.
I am gone.
Oh, Isabella can't hide because she flies now. That's right. Hold up. Look at that. Oh, apparently you can you can make the mount turn translucent without turning Isabella translucent. Oh, I did want to check real quick. Where's our fancy Vargeist? Do these guys look especially cool? No, they're pretty much just Vargeist with slightly darker coloration. Well, that's fine. I'm disappointed, but I'll get over it. Alright, maybe I want to actually go directly toward these guys. Is there a particular reason? No, not really, for me to engage here. I guess the concern is that if I go directly after Gelt's reinforcement army, then I leave an opening for these dudes to flank us, but we're actually closer to Gelt's people. And Gelt's people are softer. He's got a lot more ranged units and artillery and stuff. Alright, we'll try to get these fast units to catch up as quickly as we can. And the larger, slower units that make up the rest of the army. I guess these guys can deal with those guys if they try to flank around. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of improvising here. I do not have a lot of strategic knowledge, nor do I have a lot of, like, real-world... I'm not a battle history buff. I don't know what happened in the War of the Roses or anything. So, boy, our flying units are real fast. Isabella's actually just going to get herself shot in the face in a second here.
Isabella von Carstein.
You know what? Let's ride on these dudes they've left behind. It will take a little bit of fire, but this is a small price to pay for the distraction we're creating. Wow. That's pretty cool. Is that their artillery? Or they have wizards and stuff, I guess. Hold up. I don't usually do this, but the bats are injured so early, and we have so much power that we're going to generate over the course of the battle. I feel fairly confident that we'll be able to take advantage of the gaze enough times, or the invocation rather. So she has another cool spell. Causes magical damage, good against large combatants, good from a high angle. Balthazar Gelt is over here. Let's make that the next thing in her queue. And then do I want to... Oh, there's some kind of magic being cast here. What I want to do is keep flying. Oh no, it's being cast directly on those units. Did I cast the Nagash thing on the wrong target? Is that what happened? Oh, we lost sight of Balthazar. That's why that didn't go off. Alright, the bats can probably finish this. Let's hit these guys. If we can get Isabella to reveal Balthazar Gelt's guys real quick here, we can maybe pick them off without their reinforcements getting involved. Okay, that does some damage. That's got to be a spell. Okay, now we have casting sight. Get him, the gaze of Nagash. Let's see how much damage this actually does. Oh, that was okay. Oh, we're kind of taking a lot of damage. Alright. The Devils of Swartzhafen are actually getting murdered. We have more vampires here. Does anybody else have a spell that would be, like, really useful? What do you have? You have Immortal Will. That's your self-heal. Okay, we do have a Necromancer. Where's our Necromancer? Is this guy... He is not close. Well, do what you can to heal them. I think he's going to have to do some running before he can do it. I'm disappointed with the amount of damage they're taking. Alright, the bats have run off the mortar dudes. I don't think they need to keep pursuing them into the forest. As long as they've gotten them away from the mortar, or they've... the mortar's still here. Whatever. Surprise, everybody. Surprise, Balthazar Gelt.
Isabella von Carstein.
Don't let him escape.
I will.
Alright. Gelt's down. This is what happens when you bring a wizard to a vampire fight. Okay, it looks like the vampire's heal spell is awesome. That really worked. The rest of them are starting to come in. Here's those Reichsguard. Okay. The Reichsguard has separated from most of Karl Franz's army. I know Karl Franz was up here. We can't see him, but I'm sure he's in the woods over here somewhere. Are these zombies? No, this is a corpse cart. I guess the corpse carts are really slow. I just kind of assumed that they'd be pretty fast. So my plan here is going to be we're going to try to turn the back of this front this way and intercept these units as they come at us through the forest. They can see our fancy units, but they're probably not prepared to have to fight 10,000 terrible zombies.
Isabella von Carstein.
Alright, doing a good job on these ranged units. We don't have to be too clever with our flying units. Like, our positioning matters a lot less because we can just fly over the enemy to flank them, which is, it feels a little cheaty. All right, let's send the garbage units in. Try to hold these guys up. I don't see Karl Franz, but I know he's over here. I wish that our dudes tried to move as rows and not columns. I find the column thing to be very frustrating. All right, you stick to that. Isabella's probably going to be needed on the front. Where is the... Here we go. I'm very, very interested in using this Purple Sun spell. It's an AoE spell, so I wasn't too excited to use it on the... Here we go, here we go, here we go. So is this him? No, this is Wolfgang Beckberg. I don't know who that is. So why can't she... Is it really short-ranged? Yeah, it is really short-ranged. Can I overcast it? Extended duration. Yeah, let's try it. Put it right there. Hopefully that won't require too much running on her part. Yeah, it's actually going to be, like, really late. We do it, like... Actually, you know what? With the rest of these forces coming in, maybe over here. Did she do it? Is she casting it? Oh, wow. Wow, it really pulled those guys. It's like a black hole. It just kind of, like, moves backwards while yanking dudes into it. That's awesome. Look how much damage it's doing to those halberdiers. Alright. So battle is joined. Our terrible units are mixing it up here. We're getting into them. This is the time to send in the vampires and stuff. The real units. So, Crypt Ghouls... Get out to this flank, I guess? This forest fighting is not what I'm used to. The Black Knights are probably constrained a little bit in their ability to charge by the forest. And we don't see any, like, ranged units over here, do we? No, we do. We see crossbows. Alright, so let's try to get some flying units behind them. How many of my flying units are basically done killing their enemies? Yeah, you guys could all report to the front. Alright, so the crypt ghouls are going to try to go around the sides. They're fast enough that we might be able to actually get some flanking done here. We have lots of skeletons and zombies to occupy them directly. And then we just send in the vampires and try to terrify the crap out of them and, of course, murder them with magic. We are going through our power faster than I had hoped. So what else do you have? You have leadership down, armor and weapon damage down, and, of course, Spirit Leech. I think we might want to have a Spirit Leech cast. To throw at Carl Franz. Let's try out the Forbidden Rod.
At once, I am pleased.
Alright. So we didn't manage to pin their cavalry. That's a shame. Alright, there's Carl Franz. Where is Death Vampire?
Noble of the night, we surpass Nagash. I'm in your throne.
Alright, get in there, guys. They have archers over here. Who do we have sitting on this front? These are knights. I don't think I want to use the knights for this. I think I want the knights to flank around and hit their actual units in the back. We have some dire wolves. Let's have them do that. You guys need to get around back. So a lot of our vampires are in this area. So I'm going to kind of do what I did last time and try to fold the sides inward. We can break their edges because all of our units are terrifying. Oh, I forgot we have fireballs. Pour from a low angle. All right, let's try to get him up here. He can exert some flanking pressure on these guys, and then let's see if we can tie up the Reichsguard with our units here. And once he's up a little bit higher, he can try to cast. All right, the bats are going to get totally wrecked, though. We're doing some okay damage. Wait. Friends go down already? Wow, that was fast. These bats, what is this? This is a unit of Vargeists. Unit winning current combat. We might want to pull them over to here, though. I guess the spears, Vargeists are probably considered to be large units. Stalkers are kind of getting at. We should probably, we should probably, like, spawn zombies behind some of these guys, shouldn't we? Like, maybe right here. Spawn zombies on top of their range units. That'll probably work. We gotta get more troops into this fight. Alright, you run forward to occupy them from this side, and these guys have to get a little bit of flank up. This is the front we're losing. Ah, my god. I have so many units. I have too many units, I can't play them right. So this is another thing over here. Another lord. They have a lot of dudes. Oh, this is probably just a hero, right? We could gaze him to Gosh. How long until we have the Purple Sun available again? Oh, we have it available now. Okay, it seems to be incredibly powerful. Let's cast it, like, right here. Is she losing? Oh, no, that's the Stalkers. She's somewhere. She's somewhere in that mess. Come on, cast it. There's such a long cast time. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, the zombies seem to be doing a good job of stopping them from shooting at us. Our crypt ghouls are actually losing. Oh, hey, some of the remaining units from the other army are still approaching here. You know how zombies are. Alright, just charge into melee. Get over there. Let's handle these guys. Do we have a spare... Where's my necro? Alright, everybody's pretty far away from these crypt ghouls. I was going to try to throw out an Invocation of the Heck, but I don't think we have anybody nearby. And I kind of want to use our magic on other things. So let's keep rolling the powers, though. Where are they doing well? They're kind of doing well here. This is now my area of main concern. Oh, have they gotten back to the mortar? Yeah, they came back to it. Actually, you should maybe handle that. We can have somebody else break off and deal with this. Black Knights need to charge. Well, let's start with charging these handgunners, and then they'll be in position to do a charge that'll be maybe a little bit more directly useful. Oh, here we go. Here's a unit with Invocation of the Heck that's close enough to those ghouls. Well, we'll fireball in a second. Let's let the Invocation cast. Okay, now try to fireball the knights. Well, you got that angle. That looked like it maybe did more damage to my units than it did to his. Oh no, not my hidden units. They're being revealed. Well, the vampire attack the halberdiers, because the vampire is less likely to get owned. Oh, okay, I guess we win. I thought that there was a lot more to do, but I guess they had a chain leadership drop. You know how that happens sometimes. The enemy has cost me dearly. I don't know. I feel pretty confident. I guess we lost most of Aberash's army. Oh no, I'm reading those backwards. We lost most of Isabella's army. Well, that battle was for Grunberg. So we've now taken a new settlement, and we've put a little bit of progress on the quest for our blood chalice. The vampires did some pretty good work. I think that we probably didn't make much use of our necromancer because I had all of my winds of power devoted to other things, and I think like spellcasting is his whole deal. But on the whole, man, it looks like we lost a unit of crypt ghouls. I'm not concerned about these, but we lost crypt ghouls. We lost our fancy zombies, and my impression with the regiments of renown is that it sometimes takes a few turns for them to become available again, so we might be without these guys for a little while. But no deaths here. The wolves did a great job. You know, I'm actually not sure. I just kind of assumed it would be the case, but I don't know for sure whether regiments of renown are affected by buffs that affect the unit that they're based on. Like, do these guys get the direwolf buffs? Because we have, we have a significant portion of the tree that affects forest creatures researched already. I don't know. I guess the only way to know would be to watch their stats as we acquire upgrades and see if they go up or not. So we completely destroyed the garrison. We didn't really do that much damage to Franz's army, but we did injure him pretty badly. And Gelt's army took it real bad as well. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that battle. But the place has been sacked recently, I guess. We'll just occupy it. Okay, we had a mission, apparently, to defeat Otter Scharfner. Otter? Really? Okay. We got a... So as far what I've learned about fire damage is that it doesn't actually do anything by itself, but some units have vulnerability to fire damage, and so it does extra damage to those units. It doesn't increase the amount of damage you deal on its own. So did we... Oh, wow. Yeah, there's all kinds of new stuff. Hex Wraiths? What is that? Cavalry that causes terror and... Oh, dude, this Raised Deadpool is incredible. Yeah, it just has everything in it. All the different kinds of corpse carts? Okay, so this one causes magic disruption, and this one has mass regeneration. So they're actually different capabilities. Okay, well, let's pull some crazy units, shall we? I want a Hex Wraith. That sounds cool. Oh, it's ethereal. Yeah, let's do that. And Crypt Horrors? Graveguard? More Knights? And we've been trying to get a hold of Graveguard for quite some time. Crypt Horrors have armor piercing, 90 armor, and poison attacks. Oh, sorry, I moved my mouse over the Graveguard. These guys look great. These guys have armor piercing and poison attacks and regeneration. Yeah, sure. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. And it looks like, did we... No, we didn't increase attrition. Or we didn't increase our vampire corruption. But I guess you just don't take attrition in regions that belong to you. Which is fine. That's cool. So I have the Tither right back in here. I guess maybe it's different for the Tithe because they're just zombies. Alright, so what we learned here is that vampire magic is incredible and that all of the effort I put toward getting that purple sun spell was super worth it. That is great. Yeah, all death vampires are going casting. Going really hard on casting. Isabella herself took a lot of damage because I had her sort of lead from the front, and I don't feel bad about that at all. We don't have the move necessary to chase them. He has a lot of guys. Yeah, I guess we increased vampire corruption enough that they're all taking damage. I'm a little worried about this, but if we can maybe put our backs to each other and just worry about burning down the humans for a little while, maybe we won't have to deal with them right away. Okay, and how are you doing? That's right. That's right. It's still that turn. Well, unfortunately, I know this is sort of a climax of a vital moment in the action. We're going to have to stop for today here. So come back next time. We're going to... we've got the entire Empire army on the run. We've wounded their leaders. And I think we're going to see if we can't just grind them into dust. And we'll see you then.